Hello and welcome to Prudent Media News. Now look at the headlines. Congress MLAs and ministers want assembly election in April and not February. Convey the feeling to High Command. NCP bets for early polls. Governor appeals in the High Court demanding stay on RTI verdict. Union government to appeal in the Supreme Court against the decision. Another scam in the ESG. Tender awarded to a travel agency by flouting clauses in the tender. ESG CEO maintains ambiguity in spite of governing body's instructions. Police file complaint against doctors for medical legal negligence in Ravina death case. Doctors charged with culpable homicide not amounting to murder. Goa selection ready to face the might of Zambians. Arman Kulaso looking for youngsters to make an impression. Zambia coach puts African Cup spots up for grabs. And India coach Savya Madeira looks forward to friendly against Zambia. Saturday's match against Goa will offer keynotes to India coach. Now the news in detail. Hectic efforts are going on in the Congress party to hold election in the month of April next year. Sources say that Election Commission intends to hold polls in the last week of Feb, whereas the ruling party wants more time to complete some developmental works and recruitment. However, NCP is game for early election. Here's a special report.
Insiders in the Congress say that many of their ministers and MLA are not willing to go for polls in February. Some of the ministers are comfortable with early election, whereas many wants to finish some unfinished business. The term of Goa Assembly gets over in May, but the ruling party wants poll in April, before Panchayat election. One of the top cabinet ministers told Prudent the following thing: "We would like to complete full term, but polls should happen before Panchayat election. April is ideal." Sources say that Congress has unofficially conveyed to the High Command their reluctance to go for election in February. But as per the law, Election Commission can decide about having polls anytime 6 months before the tenure of assembly gets over. Election Commission wants to hold Goa election along with 5 other states. The term of 3 of the states, Punjab, Uttarakhand and Mizoram, ends in March. Uttar Pradesh government's term gets over in April, whereas Goa's at the end of May. But the major ruling alliance partner, NCP, wants early poll. A senior leader of the NCP agreed that senior partner wants election in April, but he detested himself from the feeling. They want to delay the election. They want it in April-May, but we want it early. We have made this point clear to them during last coordination committee meeting. The interesting point is, March 12 is the date by when election should be conducted in Bicholi and Pedne, as Rajesh Patnekar and Dayanand Sopte resigned couple of months back to join Congress. If assembly election gets postponed, then there comes a situation of by-election. Then both these politicos will be in trouble facing election after election. Bureau Report, Prudent Media.
Raj Bhavan has appeared in the High Court demanding stay on the judgment terming the governor as a public authority. Union government is planning to challenge the verdict in the Supreme Court. The matter will come up for hearing on 28 November.
It seems the governor of Goa is not keen on furnishing information under RTI. After the High Court ruling in November that governor of Goa was a public authority, Raj Bhavan has now filed a petition before the High Court seeking stay of the same judgment. The judgment had stated that governor of Goa came within the ambit of the Right to Information Act. Dr. N. Radhakrishnan, who is the Special Secretary to the governor of Goa, has sought stay of the High Court judgment as the governor has decided to challenge it before the Supreme Court. The petition will be heard on Monday 28th November by a division bench comprising Justice A. P. Lavande and Justice U. V. Bakre. In his petition, Dr. Radhakrishnan has submitted that if the judgment is not stayed, the governor would suffer grave loss and prejudice as Raj Bhavan would be compelled to furnish information sought under the Right to Information Act. Raj Bhavan's petition follows a legal notice served earlier this week by Advocate Iris Rodriguez demanding all the information sought by him earlier under RTI within 7 days. Iris had filed 15 applications under the RTI Act which are pending at Raj Bhavan. The then governor was Dr. S.S. Sidhu. In one of the applications, IRIS had sought details of action taken by the Goa governor on the complaints filed by him against the Advocate General of Goa, Subodh Kantak. He had also sought copies of noting sheets and correspondence pertaining to the processing of his complaints against the AG. Opposition leader Manohar Parrikar had also sought some information under RTI from the office of the Raj Bhavan. His petition was also kept pending by Raj Bhavan due to the same reason. Ironically, the current Goa governor K. Sankar Narayanan, who is complying with the RTI Act as governor of Maharashtra, has refused to comply with the act as governor of Goa. Despite every other governor in the country and even the President of India complying with the RTI Act, Raj Bhavan over the last 5 years had chosen to avoid furnishing information under RTI. Bureau Report, Prudent Media.
ESG is back in another scam. Certain documents have revealed that ESG flouted rules in their own tender while awarding travel agency contract of EP to a company. ESG CEO Manoj Srivastava defended ambiguity in the tender document in spite of instructions from the governing board.
Documents have revealed that ESG has awarded the travel agency tender to one travel agency, violating conditions in their own tender notice. And this has happened in spite of the governing body asking the ESG to fulfill all clauses in the tender. ESG had invited the bid on 9th September 2011. Tradewings and Messrs. Purushottam Bhagwan and Associates were amongst the bidders, but the latter was awarded the bid. Surprisingly, following clauses from the tender were not in favor of the awardee. They did not have any office in Mumbai or Delhi. They had tie-ups and such arrangement violated clause 2 of the tender. They did not have RBI license to transact in foreign currency. Interestingly, the governing board of IFFI smelled a rat and asked ESG CEO Manoj Srivastava whether franchisee or network offices are included in the definition of office. The tender mentions that the company should have offices. They noted following things when the matter came before them. The tender document should be properly worded so that there is no scope for different interpretation. Shockingly, ESG CEO defended his ambiguity, stating that nowadays booking are done online and support of a network office is adequate for tender process. Why did Manoj Srivastava did this? Moreover, the company offered 12.5% discount on basic fare when the discount received by travel agents is not more than 3%. These are the facts. Travel agents receive a discount of 3%. Discount of 3% is calculated on basic fare plus YQ. Apart from basic fare and fuel charges, there are other tax components. The questions that the other bidder is asking now are: how can basic fare be considered for the purpose of discount? How will it be possible to offer a discount of 12.1% when travel agencies received only 3%? Has this been done to encourage manipulation? Bureau Report, Prudent Media.
It's time for a short break. Stay tuned.